Getting powder ombre brows is a bit of an emotional experience. So I'm just here to tell you,
get ready for it.
What's up guys? My name is Gabby. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. Today's video is gonna be all about how powder ombre brows heal over time. What it looks like on the first day, what it looks like a few days later, what it looks like 1 to 2 weeks later, and what it looks like now, which has been 6 months later, is quite different. So I am here to guide you and let you guys know what to expect after you get this procedure done. So let's get right into it, and before we do that, don't forget to subscribe down below and give me a thumbs up. Day 1. What you're gonna notice on day 1 is that your brows look extremely dark. The skin around your eyebrows may be quite red. I am very olive skin, so I didn't find that mine got very red, but I can imagine someone who is very, very porcelain or very, very pale would get pretty red. I also found that they were quite sore, much more sore than I expected them to be. I thought it was a bit like microblading. I had microblading before. It's not. It's a lot more invasive than that, so prepare yourself for that. And I also found that my brows were oozing quite a bit of liquid. Again, that was completely normal to be expected. Lori gave me a heads up about that, but I still found it to be pretty alarming in the moment when it was going on. On day 2, your brows are going to appear even darker than on day 1. Don't freak out, don't freak out. They are starting to scab, so they appear thicker in texture and darker because of that scabbing. Let's head on over to that clip right now. I woke up and I'm feeling a lot less weird about it, even though this is probably the darkest that it's been. I would say that this is darker than it even was yesterday, and I'm starting to notice a little bit of scabbing on the tail ends. However, they don't feel tender anymore or strange. They're not oozing at all anymore, so we're well on our way. As soon as these scabs come off, I'm sure everything will lighten right up and it's gonna look awesome. From day 3 to 5, they look about the same. So I didn't record it every single day because from day 3 to 5, there was really no change. But by day 5, I found that they got really, really itchy and they started to flake quite a bit. What I'm starting to notice is that the tattoo is really starting to dry. It's becoming very, very flaky. I'm starting to see almost like little dandruff flakes everywhere, and that really dark pigment is starting to almost lift above the hair now. It still feels very dark and definitely looks very dark when I have like no makeup on or very simple makeup like I have on right now. But I'm used to how it looks on my face, so I'm not really feeling uncomfortable like I was a few days ago. There is absolutely no pain anymore. There's no oozing, there's no irritation. It's not very itchy yet, almost not at all. But all I'm noticing is really the scabbing. So let's zoom in and take a look at that. You guys can see that there is a ton of dryness under my eyebrows as well. Around day 7, they started to lighten a ton. Not so much that they were gone and I was mad, but enough that they looked natural and I felt really great. The color will lighten by about 40%. So don't freak out when they are too dark to begin with, because the majority of that, almost half of that will soften right out, and then it's gonna look tremendously natural and beautiful. So I think they look great and they are a lot less scabby, but they are starting to flake all over the place. Most of the scabbing is gone now, but it is still pretty flaky. See, there's some chunks, like see that chunk right there that still is attached. For the most part, it's pretty good. I'm definitely feeling a lot more comfortable not wearing makeup with these brows now. They aren't so opaque and so dark. They have much more of like a shaded quality to them now. So we're well on our way. As soon as those little chunks loosen and fall off, I think they'll be perfect. From day 9 to 12, I did some research. This didn't happen to me, but a lot of people said that they felt like their brows actually had gone away, that there were patchy spots, that they were too light, and they were worried about that. Again, that didn't happen to me, but it happened to a lot of people that I was reading their stories with online. But then by day 12 to 14, the color comes back and they don't look like they're missing hairs. They don't look like they're patchy anymore. And here is what they look like 6 months after. I had these done in February timeline, February, March, and it is now the very end of August, moving into September. Overall, I'm super happy with them. I think that they look really, really even. I think that they look really beautiful. It's actually so much easier for me to get ready now than it was before because I need to do like next to no work on my brows. I use a bit of a brow pomade from Arbonne that I really, really like that has a bit of pigment to it, and I brush it all up. I also like to get my brows laminated, so I've been doing that myself at home with an Amazon kit. I did a whole video on that, so you can check that video out as well. But that's about it. I think that they look just so symmetrical and so great. So I am super happy despite going through the emotional roller coaster of being super freaked out at the beginning. Don't worry, just give it a little bit of time, give it like 2 weeks, and I think that you will be very, very happy as long as you go to someone that is great and that pays a lot of attention to symmetry and balance and getting the right pigment color placed for your hair color and your skin color. If you like this video, then you may find this one really helpful next. Thanks guys, bye.